Okay, so less ambient noise now because we shut the window.
So hopefully that wasn't too bad. We're sorry.
Our neighbor is rocking out.
Yes.
So, rocking
Although
out,
we
brother.
can't talk though, as we used to play the bagpipes. So.
Oh, I'm not. I don't worry at all. My thing is, I don't care how much noise you make between the hours of like 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. After that, just, you know, shut up. But if it's between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. and he's pretty quiet. So no issues there. Because Lord knows my power tools outside working on the car
for
are
sure.
loud enough. I got no room to talk.
And like I said, when we were learning the bagpipes.
And our dogs are loud.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. So, the giveaway that I won.
We should do a video playing the bagpipes.
Yes, we should.
We've still got your pipes.
We do, but I think that's the only set we've got though, isn't it? Do we have another one?
We'll hand them off, back and forth. Somebody's got to hold the camera.
Okay.
We can do panning, all artistic like.
Deal.
Yeah. All right.
We should get a drone.
Drones scare me.
All right, so the giveaway that I won is from Wild in the Woods on Instagram. And, oh my gosh.
The presentation of this is amazing.
She killed it. Just killed it.
Absolutely. We should have, had I remembered, or had I thought of it, had I known how awesome it was going to be to open all that stuff, we would have done an unboxing.
Oh, totally. I don't know if I could have waited though. I was really excited to get this. And that was last Saturday when I got it. So, oh my word. So it's just amazing. I just entered the giveaway, you know, like, okay, well, sure, you know, and I entered it, and then I got tagged that I had won. And so you got to pick between like there was like a bath collection that she had, and then she had like a sea salt bath and yarn. So I was like, oh, I really want to try. She had some naturally dyed yarn. So that was the one that I picked. And first of all, this is her tag on her yarn. And it's just so cute. Her whole Instagram follows this whole aesthetic. It's adorable and perfect and cute.
So you know, like right off the bat, we're gonna like it.
Oh yeah, it's just amazing. So this is naturally dyed, and it is it's just 100% Canadian wool. It doesn't say specific breeds or anything, but it's a one ply, and it's very
I don't think it's merino,
rustic.
that's for sure.
It's rustic and perfect in every way. Yeah. Like but it's not like so scratchy either. Like it's just wonderful. No. So I love it.
It kind of feels like a single ply Lopi, sort of, you know.
Yeah, and it's just, but even less
it's
rustic.
Softer. Yeah.
I love this. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then it also came with. That's the tag for these little guys. So this is the. You know, I don't know if Sea Folk is like the line of them, but there's a couple little mini skeins, and it's 100% Canadian wool dyed with all natural ingredients and salt water from the Pacific.
That's cool.
How cool is that?
That's really cool.
So what they are, you know, I'm going to show the box because this is part of the presentation too.
And the whole package was like this.
Perfect.
The whole package was like this. How
amazing
cool
are those?
I wish I was that artistic to even think of something like that.
I know it. And those are all naturally dyed.
Yep.
Oh, so I've got my wheels are turning because I'm trying to think of things that I can make with this. I'm thinking of like colorwork mittens would look so
And there's enough
cool.
there to do pretty much anything you wanted to.
I know.
I
know. Like I could do
like
a shawl.
Sweater or something, you know.
Yeah, but I could even do a shawl with this.
It's just so cool.
So I'm so excited about that. They're really, really cute. So she sent us this adorable little rock progress keeper.
How often do you see rock progress keepers?
I know.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
I thought it was a shell at first.
Oh, maybe it is a shawl.
Oh yeah, that's a shell.
Oh yeah.
Huh, not a rock. Might be a shell. It looks like a shell to me.
Yeah, it's really cool. That like iridescence right here.
Yeah, it looks like a shell.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's polished up. And
yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
And then she sent us both. These are really, really cute.
Yeah, I've already got mine in my knitting bag.
Yes, I had to keep this out so I could show you guys. But these are her little pins that she makes, and they're wooden. And she sells these in her shop. She sells all of this in her shop. Oh my god, it's so perfect. I was just like stunned. Now, this is heaven.
It is.
This is amazing. This is her Sea Folk Botanicals Wild Sea Soak Seaweed and Wildflower Bath Salts. This is 16 ounces. This is a hefty...
That's a pound.
Yeah, this is amazing. So generous that she gave this away. And I gotta list what's in it. First of all, take a look at this, how beautiful this is. All these little wildflowers in there. This is a bath salt, and this is what's in it. Pacific sea salt, Epsom salt, local Pacific seaweed, local organic wild rose petals, organic calendula petals, organic chamomile petals, local organic lavender, rosemary and wildflower blend essential oils. It's 100% vegan and cruelty free. Oh my word. And the smell. It's
insane.
I wish there was smell-o-vision. I just need to smell it again because it just smells so good. And it comes with this little protector on top, but you can smell through it, and it's heaven. I cannot wait to try this out. Yeah.
I smell it every time that she opens it.
Good. Oh. It's a very, I feel it's a very flowery smell.
It's floral, but it's relaxing.
It's amazing.
I don't even care though. I'd take a bath in it.
I know
any day of the week.
I feel like you could also use it as like a potpourri.
This little scooper's so cool.
I know. I love it. So
it's a full pound.
I know.
And for our metric friends, that's well, 0.45 kilograms. Almost half a kilogram.
So generous. I love it. I love it so much. So thank you, Serena. I could not believe when I won. I was over the moon. I think we were watching football when I found out too. I was like so excited. I was like, yeah! So it was appropriate.
That's so cool. I could walk around with like this stuff taped to the front of my face all day. Just because it smells so good.
Thank you so much, Serena. Oh, and her shop, the website is wildinthewoodsshop.com. And she's wild in the woods, well, it's wild_in_the_woods on Instagram. And it says handcrafted in small batches on Vancouver Island. So,
all right.
Thank you so much. I love it. I am still tickled over that. Like, it's the best. So, thank you again, Serena. And one other thing that I wanted to share. Oh, let's show this card though real quick. This was the card that came.
And I think that's a sprig of lavender on
it. It is, and it smells heavenly. Oh, so cute. So, it's adorable. Oh, the best. So, one of the other things I wanted to share, is I got the newest issue of Ply magazine. So this is the power issue. So it's all about like, you know, the energy that you put into your yarn and the ratios and things like that. I haven't gone super in depth with it yet, but it's super cool. I love this magazine. It comes out quarterly.
That's $11 US.
Yeah.
For the one edition. Can you buy them in single issues?
I think you can, and you can actually buy them digital or hard copy. But usually,
the cool thing about the hard copies, you can kind of make your own library because these are things you would want to save.
They are, and what's cool is they always have like a theme for each one.
Yeah.
So it's like your own. Yeah, it is like your own little library. So yeah, Ethan's parents got me this for Christmas last year, and I adore it. This is the autumn issue, and it's amazing. So I really, really, if you're a spinner and you have not gotten Ply magazine, I strongly encourage you to check it out. It's lovely. So much to learn there. Like, it's honestly totally over my head right now, but I love it. I've learned so much from it though, as well. And then you got another acquisition.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot to show this.
Yeah, because this was just after the last podcast.
We did a little bit of trading with Erin over at Knitting Envy. And she's got a podcast on YouTube.
And she's right here in town.
Be sure to check her out. She's really cool. Has an awesome podcast. And so basically I was mentioning a couple of podcasts ago that I was looking at getting the Caspian circular needle set, the interchangeable needle set from Knit Picks, because you've got the Sunstruck.
Yep.
And so I wanted something for one that was different so that we didn't mix up our needles. Yeah. Not that we don't use each other's needles all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But
it's still nice to have your own.
But it's just to know, you know, keeping things separate.
And you love green.
And I love green. Yeah. And I love green. So anyway, it came in this really, really nice case.
I love this thing.
Tiffany's taken this from
me. I already said I'm having this. I'm going to buy him a new one.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about making a leather case because I've got some buckskin.
Oh, that would be cool.
I think I've got some buckskin downstairs and I can make up a leather case. But regardless, this is a really nice case. So she gave me the case. I don't think, these don't come with a case, do they?
They come with like a little, it's kind of flimsy. It's a little plastic case.
It's not this case.
No, it's not at all. So it's a see-through one.
She gave me a really nice case. We traded some of our yarn for it. So basically, she gave me more than the Caspian set. Like, it was not...
So sweet.
And yeah, she did not have to do that, but I've already used some of the extra needles she gave me, so pretty excited. So anyway, this is the set itself, and you can see it's the same thing as the Sunstruck, only with this really dark green and blue laminate. And I think that's just the coolest color, you know. It reminds me of my grandpa. My grandpa used to love laminate hardwood, especially in weird colors. He loved it. And so this is very similar to
it's cute.
This is very similar to a knife that he had bought years and years ago, and it was the same sort of colors laminated in the handle of the knife, and so it reminds me of him. It was kind of neat. So there we go. Let's see if we get a close up on that. There we go. So yeah, that's what they look like. And you know, the joins between the needle and the ferrule, I guess that'd be a ferrule, right? Yeah. Anyway, the joins between the needle and the ferrule
to ask about that.
are pretty good. They are very smooth. No real sticking or anything like that. And then I've got a couple of extra ones in here. Also got some US size
those are so
17s,
cool.
Which those are nice to have.
Those are so cool.
And
I want to give those a try sometime.
It's really cool to have this interchangeable set. And these are like in a rosewood. A rosewood color. And it's just nice to have a set this extensive, because now, even if I have to use magic loop on something, I always have this size of needles that I'm probably going to need. So
it's very nice.
Yeah.
And then she gave you a bunch of cables. And
she did. And some extra cables on the other side here. And
all the keys you need.
Yeah.
And
so, yeah,
that's such a cool case. I love it.
It is a really cool case.
So yes, thank you, Erin, so much for offering that. Yeah, she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I've got these needles, and we could do a trade." So I was like, "Yeah, totally." So that was so sweet.
It was.
So yay! Now Ethan's got needles and any size you could possibly need.
Yeah, that's what I knitted my burrow hat on.
Yes.
So they've already been used for a finished object.
Yes.
But
let's see. So I think that's it for acquisitions. Next, we'll go on to shop news. So next up is shop news.
Yeah, so we'll show you what we've got in the shop right now. I'm actually going out to dye yarn today, so we have an update tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yes, which is September 28th if you're not watching this the day this goes up.
So we've got quite a bit in the shop of our fall colorways, especially still.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. There's a new one. This is Your Song, and this is one that Tiffany dyed up.
Yes. And yes, this is the Elton John reference because, as you guys have heard, we're going to see Elton John this October, and
I'm pretty stoked.
I cannot
so
wait.
It's got some, it's got like a really nice light pink base with some speckles of dark purple and dark pink in it. And it's a really pretty colorway. You did a great job on this. It's also got some yellow speckles throughout too, very sparingly.
Yeah, so I'm going to use that in my West Knits Mystery Knit-Along. It's part of it.
Definitely. So we also have Pumpkin Spice, and this is on our Polworth DK base. And this is just an all-around really neat tonal. It's got some, it's got really dark orange and, well, like a gold orange.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And this pairs really, really well with a lot of our other tonals. I mean, pretty much, especially dark tonals.
Ooh, I like that together.
Yeah.
This is vintage blue jeans, aubergine, and then pumpkin spice.
Yep. So while we don't have pumpkin spice in sturdy sock.
Correct. Yeah.
This week, we do have these two. So this is aubergine, like you mentioned, and this is a nice dark tonal. This is just a nice dark stormy purple. It actually is really similar to our Stormy Night.
It is very
colorway, but I think it's a little bit darker.
It is, yeah. It's just a touch darker.
Yep. And then this is vintage blue jeans, and this one is a really neat blue. Goes with just about everything.
Yeah. It's basically another neutral.
Let's see if we can get that focus. There we go. So yeah, just a really nice neutral blue. Go really well with a red as well. So this is Barnwood, right?
No, this is the Old Red Barn.
Old Red Barn.
Yes, Barnwood's a different colorway.
That's right. she named this one.
Yes,
so
I did.
This is Old Red Barn, and these two go together really well. So
It totally reminds me of an old red barn.
It does, me too.
Like the siding and everything.
This is a nice dark red. It's very similar to our ruby colorway, but it's got a lot lighter.
More vibrant.
Yep, it's more vibrant. Got a lot lighter splashes of like light orange in there as well, which the ruby colorway doesn't have. And we don't have ruby stocked this week. It may be in the update tomorrow. It may not be. It depends on how much dyeing I'm able to get done. We'll cover why I didn't dye earlier in the week and life stuff, but yeah.
Lots of fun stuff going on.
This is Your Firework, and as of the time of this recording, we've got 3 skeins in the shop. And this is a very, very, very light gray base. In fact, you would say it was white probably until you put something that's white right next to it. And it's got some nice deep pink speckles, really fine speckling. So if that's what you're looking for as far as fine speckles, this has got it. And then some bright purple speckles as well. We also have jack-o'-lantern. So this has been a pretty popular colorway this season. And it's really cool because this one can be used for anything from fall socks, anything related to fall pretty much. Hats, socks, shawls.
Yep. And also work for camo.
Yeah, for sure. Also work for camo, like a hunter's orange camo would work great. And you can kind of see, I'll put it up next to the, yeah, there we go. So even if you mixed it,
I like those together.
Even if you mixed it with another camo colorway, that would work too.
That's cool.
So it's got nice deep black speckles, and the black speckles are actually pretty fine. And I've mentioned before, this is kind of tough to do for me at least. I don't know how other dyers do it, but I had to really refine my technique to try and get these black speckles fine, because black is one of those colors that a little bit goes
a very
long way. And I've also got some speckles of green in there as well. And not a lot, because I wanted it to be like a pumpkin stem on a jack-o'-lantern. So I didn't want a ton. I just wanted a little bit to kind of show like, okay, it's a color of the, yeah, exactly. It's a color in a pumpkin, but not the pumpkin, you know. So I thought it worked out pretty well. We also have Indian Summer.
Yes.
And this is
super harvesty.
Yes, and this is on a nice deep gold base, and there's reds and greens and blues all speckled throughout.
Also makes me think of the Indian corn,
which is
as well.
Up until like today, we've kind of had an Indian summer going on.
We have.
It's been like 80 degrees outside.
It has been, yeah. Now it's nice.
And then we had a monsoon come through like 2 days ago, and it is now completely cold. Nice cold front moved in, and everything is all good. But I'll tell you what, friends and neighbors, I've been dyeing out in the garage, dyeing yarn out in the garage, and oh man, just sweating up a storm.
That's rough.
Because there's no air conditioning in that garage, far from it.
And it just kind of like holds all that heat in there. There's not a lot of...
And I don't use a fan when I'm dyeing yarn, because I speckle powder from the actual container. And so I'm using this dry powder and speckling. And powder is, the dye powder is so fine, and it can become airborne so easily.
Yeah, even through the steam.
Even through the steam,
yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy.
You have to, if you've got multiple batches going, you have to make sure you're covering all of the batches of yarn that you're not speckling on. Otherwise, it will carry over into one of the other batches just from the steam.
Yeah.
And so I don't use a fan. And it can get up to, I measured it out the other day in the garage. It was like 100 degrees, 103 degrees, something like that, because the black shingles, it just beats down. Oh,
yeah.
It's
like an oven.
It was gross out there. So
yeah, it was bad.
So this is corn maize.
Yes.
What you ended up calling this one, which is pretty cool because it's spelled M-A-I-Z-E.
And that was you.
That was,
part.
yeah. Yep.
The play on words.
Why not?
So perfect, because we're U of M fans.
We are U of M fans. So, I mean, I don't think I have to tell all you U of M fans, but, right?
Corn maize.
Go blue. So, it's a nice...
We're dorks, we had to do the pun.
We love puns.
We love them.
Puns.
The cornier, the better.
Yeah, which we went... Oh! Anyway... That was great.
It was
bad.
It was horrible.
Bad, but it was great. So it's a nice bright yellow, and it'll go with a lot. We were lacking this color in our tonals. We didn't have something like this. We've never actually had something like this as far as tonals go. So now it's there. And what I'm really happy about is we've got the shop pretty stocked up with tonals now, so I should be able to concentrate really on some really cool speckled stuff this week, which I love to do. Don't get me wrong, I like doing tonals because...
But speckles are...
You know, exactly. Like tonals are...
These knees.
Tonals are nice because I can really produce a lot of them. And there's not as many steps, but it's not, I don't feel like as artistic when I'm doing it as I do when I'm doing speckles. So I'm really excited about doing speckles this week. We also have Lovebird in the shop, and this is a nice
this one. That's
peachy pink base, and there's blues and yellow speckles, some gold speckles in there, a little bit of purple.
This is one that I'm using in my Texture Time Mystery Knitalong shawl as well.
When does that start?
October 5th.
All right. That's when Venom comes out.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I'm pumped about that movie. I've never been a big like Marvel fan or DC fan or comic book. I've never really been into that, but this particular movie, I'm kind of pumped about it. It looks really cool. Anyway, and then we also have...
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch, yep. Sorry, I just
you're fine.
So yeah, we have butterscotch, and this one has some nice brown speckles, and it's kind of the same sort of yellow base as maize, corn maize. And it's got a maize base, and yeah, it would work really well in a lot of fall themed,
it would.
projects. I think it would really go well there. So as far as I know, I think that's all we got in the shop this week.
That's all we've got for right now.
Nope, we got one more.
Oh, yeah.
We also have...
I don't have the other mini to go with it, though.
That's all right. We also have a mitten kit. Is this the only mitten kit left?
No, there is a blue one, I believe. Let me double check.
Okay.
I can check on.
So, we've got a couple of mitten kits left. The mitten kit is by Erica Heuser.
Nope, that is the only colorway left.
All right.
Cardinal is the colorway.
This is the Songbird mitten kit by Erica Heuser. And so when you order the mitten kit, we give you a discount code for the pattern. And the Songbird mittens are really neat pattern. Or it is a really neat pattern. The Songbird mittens are...
So this kit will make one pair of those mittens.
Right. And yeah, it comes with pretty much everything you need to start knitting the pattern except for the pattern itself. But we do give you a coupon code for the pattern.
And it comes in the package.
It does.
On a little card. So yeah, and the coupon code is good until the end of the year.
Yep.
So yeah, I love those mittens. I'm itching to get back into some colorwork mittens.
You should.
I am. I'm excited. So very excited.
All right.
Let's see here. What else do we got going on? I do have a pair of mittens going on, but I can't talk about them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That's true.
But
I think that's it for shop news though, isn't it?
Yes, I think that is it for shop news. So yeah, tomorrow will be the update at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
It'll be September 28th.
Yeah, September 28th. And our shop is found at thewoolenhomestead.etsy.com, and there is a direct link below if you want to check it out. So yeah, and we have free shipping on US orders, and if you ever want a custom order, there is a custom order request, like a little button on the Etsy page, so that'll send a message right to our message box, and then we can go straight from there to set up a custom order for you, and there's no additional charge for that. So yeah, all right, I think we are ready to go on to life stuff. Now for the last segment, second to last segment, because we have a new last segment.
Yes, we do. Our new last segment is Question of the Week.
Yes, so second to the last segment is life stuff, but it kind of goes in with Question of the Week too. But so, what has been going on for the last 2 weeks?
Oh my lord. Well, first off, I want to talk about what I'm drinking.
Yes! Mine's already gone.
Is it?
I'll talk about what I drink.
So I'm drinking coffee. Not real coffee. It's decaf coffee, but it's Folgers.
It's the first time you've had coffee in 2 months.
Simply Smooth.
Ooh, yes.
And so now you get to kiss me with coffee breath again.
Yes.
But
I don't mind.
It's Simply Smooth. Okay, I don't...
Yeah. Oh, I keep peeking out.
Yeah. So it's just not going to focus. It's probably... There we go. It's Simply Smooth. Honestly, for people that have to drink decaf, it's not bad. It's really not bad.
I have the hazelnut version of that decaf.
It's gentle on your stomach.
Or so it says.
Whatever that means. I'm going to take it to mean that it takes that it takes out the second benefit of coffee, the first being energy.
I know where this is going.
So really, if you think about it, there's no reason for this stuff. But it doesn't get you moving in the morning. What good is it? I think that's what the caffeine does anyway. But anyway, it's really good. And it's the first time I've had coffee in 2 months, which is really, really nice. So what are you drinking?
I am drinking Tea of Life. It is green tea and mango. It doesn't have exactly. Yeah, I think it's green tea and mango. It's really good. I love it. I've been feeling a little under the weather this week. I'm guessing it's allergies. You know, it's gotta be. It happens every year at this time of year. So. And
you just got your flu shot yesterday.
And I got my flu shot yesterday.
Oh
so yeah.
My gosh, yeah, I got my flu shot this flu shot this year, you guys. At least for me, it
put you
made
down for the
me
count.
Sore. Normally, I don't mind flu
Mine hasn't
shots.
been sore at all.
You're lucky. I went
so lucky.
on. It was a day that I was dyeing yarn, and I was going, oh, I'm only dyeing yarn. It'll be fine, no problem. I'm not doing anything really with my arms. I don't know why I thought that. So I go and get the flu shot in the morning, and I get a flu shot every single year.
Yeah.
I like flu shots. I went 1 year without one time and got sicker than I've ever been in my life. I thought I was going to die.
It was really bad.
I had like a fever of 104 degrees, body aches worse than I've ever had in my life, and I couldn't even sleep because I would sweat through everything.
Yeah.
Wake up drenched. So I get a flu shot every year. Anyway, so I went and got the flu shot, went back, started dyeing, and my arm was just aching. It was bananas. Like,
yeah, you were really
sore. When you dye yarn, you put it in the pot or the pan or however you're dyeing it, and then when you go to put it on your drying rack, you have to stretch it. Well, not stretch it, but you have to realign the fibers because they kind of get messed up as you're actually dyeing the yarn. So you stretch it out. And so I was forgetting that part entirely. And so I'm sitting going, ow, ow, ow. I was kind of a baby about it.
You were cute,
but I pulled through. But now,
yeah, mine doesn't hurt at all.
Yours doesn't hurt at all.
I got lucky. I don't know if it's the way they did it or what, but the lady who does the shots is always really, really good. So I was really happy with that. But yeah. So I'm drinking a green tea mango. I just really like this tea when I'm kind of sick. Mm-hmm. You know, I just really like this one. And the mug. It's that time of year, so I'm bringing my cute mugs back out. This is from Julia Smith Ceramics on Etsy. And I'm obsessed with this mug. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's so, it was worth every penny. I love this thing. So it's not like a huge mug or anything, but it's a good regular standard size mug. Yep. So I love that. I love that tea. Oh, we've got our candle going. And that is, what is that? Warm Rustic Woods from Better Homes and Garden.
Yeah, that's a Walmart brand.
It's really good. I
Walmart's on the ball with candles. Mm-hmm. And I know, like, when you see me, well, do I really trust that guy's opinion about Walmart? When he thinks Meijer's fancy. But
hey, Meijer is fancy.
It's fancier than we are.
It's fancier than we are.
But all, truth be told, like, Walmart candles are really good. The Better Homes and Gardens, they don't put out as quite as much scent as like a Yankee candle.
Sure.
But I mean,
Yankee candles are really good.
But when you're talking about a jar candle being $4 versus $24,
yeah, it's nice.
You buy 3 and put them around the room. Yeah. But
right.
Yeah, we love that Rustic Woods one.
Yeah, it's really good.
We burn it every year around fall.
Yeah.
And we got a new one, actually.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go grab it.
Go grab that.
So, yeah, we just got a brand new candle.
And I won this. I won this at our nephew's birthday party playing Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was the adult prize. She didn't like swipe a prize from a kid.
Yeah, no, I didn't. It was
and this is Shades of Autumn. This one.
Oh, it smells really good. It
smells really good too. You could use this one through Christmas though.
It does. It has a very piney smell.
It's got pine and almost like a clove smell in there too.
But yeah, we had it was mostly adults at the party. It was mostly just our family. Because my nieces weren't able to be there. But, so we played Pin the Tail on the Donkey with one of my nieces and then the birthday boy.
That's the first time I've ever played Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
Nuh-uh.
And I rocked it.
Oh, you did? You did really good, actually.
I rocked it.
You did really good.
Although,
so did my brother. My brother did really good, too.
Yeah, here's the secret, though. People had already placed their
You just feel
there's stickers on there, so you go, okay, like you memorize where the stickers are at, and then you go, okay, that one's about where I want to be, but it was a little bit low, up a little bit.
Yep, that's the trick.
It is the trick. So if you guys ever want to be a pin the tail on the donkey shark, that's how you do
Ethan's got your I
got your back. I got your back. Anyway.
But yeah, it was really fun. We went
down in Holland.
Yeah, yep, we went over to Holland, and it's about a 3-hour drive. Over there was
It was a
rough.
longer drive that day because there was accidents, and it's
tons
Michigan,
of construction.
so you know, for the amount that they do construction on the roads here, you'd think they would be better, but the roads are terrible. And there was like lane closures every half mile.
The way back we took a different route, and that was way
We took a way different
quicker.
route, and that's what we're going to do next time.
Yeah.
The way that we went there was the pretty much conventional way, which is kind of going west across the state and then south. And this time what we did was we went back around Lansing, which was kind of cool because when we got together she was living in Lansing. And so we got to go kind of past all the old places that we used to go.
Yeah.
And we went back up from Lansing and took the way that we used to take back up to Midland, and that was way better.
It was like, very relaxing.
So much better.
Yeah. But yeah, so we went over there for my our nephews. It's my brother's son. And it was his 2nd birthday. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh, he's just so cute. His little blonde curls, and oh my gosh. And he was a doll, and he got a little tired and was kind of over it at a point, but he's only 2, he can't help it. And he was so cute. And Gracie, their other little girl,
she's so cute.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Well, she's their only girl. They have 1 daughter, but she is older. She's oh gosh, she's 4. Yeah, she's 4. And she is just
the cutest thing. Okay.
She's so cute. She always wears a little Minnie Mouse bow.
She always wears a bow in her hair.
So cute.
And what's really funny is she used to be terrified of me.
She was.
And when I say terrified, I'm not like she was a little scared. I was the abominable snowman to this
terrified.
child. And I never did anything to her, but we think it was because of the beard.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit taller.
And she was, I think, 2.
Yep. And because she didn't have as much of a problem with my brother-in-law. Right. And he's still got like facial hair and stuff. He's still tall, but it doesn't like cover his face as much.
Yeah.
And she used to see me and tear off the other direction. And one instance stands out in my mind. In her my mother-in-law's old house, there was a galley kitchen, yeah. And there was a door at one end, like an entryway at one end, and then an entryway at the other end. And we both happened to round opposite corners at one time, and we come face to face with each other. It was the closest it was the closest that she'd ever been to me. And she's holding this teddy bear like this, running, and she looks at me, tosses the teddy bear at my feet, and tears off in the other direction. like take the teddy, take the teddy, don't do anything to me, I'm running away. And for whatever reason, I think it was the next Christmas or the Christmas after that.
Yes.
She's my best buddy now.
Yes, she came in, I'm Gracie girl and I'm 3, and like sat on his lap.
Yeah. And now we have to play. Now we have to play hide and seek like every.
So cute.
Yeah, she
loves you now.
And she doesn't grasp the concept of hide and seek.
Oh, and I know.
She'll take me, like, we're always hide and seek partners, and my other nieces will be trying to find us, and Gracie will want me to hide with her. Like, we always have to hide in the same exact spot. Which is
You're a lot harder to hide.
Yeah, I'm very hard to hide. But that's okay, because she doesn't get the concept of hide and seek, and it's the cutest thing ever.
So cute.
I will get, she'll take my hand and lead me into wherever we're going to hide, and I'll crouch down with her, and then as someone's coming up, she'll go, do you think they're going to find us? They're going to be quiet? And she'll start giggling, and she might not say exactly that, but she starts giggling and talking about them finding us, and it's really cute, and she'll hide in the most obvious places. It's really adorable. But I think it's really funny because she went from not even being able to be in the same room with me because she's so terrified of me to being my best buddy.
Loves you.
It's so
funny. It was so cute. And when we were there at the party, she just runs up to you, come here, Uncle Ethan. And like, it's just so cute because we don't see them a ton. And so it just made me so happy to hear her, you know, being so outgoing towards you and just wanting to see you. And it was so cute. Oh, I love it.
It is really cute.
So that was a lot of fun. We had some really good grilling. It was a beautiful day. It was the first day of fall. It was gorgeous out. got to see a lot of my sister-in-law's family, which was nice. Love seeing them. And it was really fun. I got to see my brother's new house, which I hadn't seen
really
yet.
neat.
And so, yeah, it was really
And
fun.
I got a chainsaw.
And you got a chainsaw. Yeah, that's an acquisition. You should have brought that up for acquisition.
So, yeah, Mary, her mom, had a little home light electric chainsaw. And I've been wanting a chainsaw forever. I don't know why I don't just go out and get one. But I think it's because I go to get one and I start thinking, well, I got to research it a little bit more. Because I'm one of those people that overplans for stuff.
Yeah.
And I go, well, I could get this chainsaw, but I haven't really looked up all the reviews on it and the specifications.
You almost put it on a registry, or wedding registry.
Yeah, I should have.
You almost did.
I should have. I just should have. But now I've got a little electric chainsaw to help cut up firewood, because until now I've been cutting firewood by hand with a hand axe.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I do that.
Because it's
something
old school.
Malfunctional. No,
you're basically a
splitting
lumberjack.
Firewood. Yeah, but even a lumberjack will use a chainsaw. Like, it's not like the 1850s.
You don't have your plaid on today. It doesn't work.
Okay, that's true.
You always have plaid on.
But I do split wood with a actual hand axe.
Okay.
But, like, that'll always happen. For one, it's just fun. I don't think I'll ever actually buy a log splitter unless we get into somewhere where we need where we get a wood burning stove. Right now, I just split it for the fireplace out, or the fire pit out back. But if we get into somewhere where we're looking at wood stoves and stuff, then I'll probably get a log splitter, because a man can only take so much.
You're so funny.
What else?
Let's see here. Oh, you got your good.
Oh yeah, so I got a couple of weeks ago. I got an echocardiogram done,
and we did talk about that last time.
Yep.
Because you just had it, yeah.
Yep, an echocardiogram and a stress test done. For those that don't know, an echocardiogram is basically an ultrasound of the heart. They can show, well, quite a bit. They can show your heart valves. They can show your all the chambers of your heart. They can show ventricular wall thickness, which is the chambers that pump the blood out to the body, the left ventricle.
So amazing that it can show that.
Yeah, it's really cool. They can tell if you've got any prolapsed valves, or valves that don't have as many leaves as they should. They can tell what your ejection fraction is, which is how much blood you're actually pumping out of that left ventricle. Just a ton of stuff. And I also had the stress test done, which is, most people know what that is. Most people have had it at some point in their lives. You get on a treadmill and you just start walking, and then you start jogging until you hit a maximum heart rate, or say, I can't do this anymore. Well, we knew that the stress test came back fine because they told me on the day, but we were waiting for the echo. We've been waiting for the echo we had to wait to get into the echo for 2 months, or a month and a half. And the echo was the last big thing. If you're just coming into this, back in the end of July, I had been getting some really nasty heart palpitations straight out of the blue.
Yeah.
One morning, I just woke up with them, and it was happening just all day. And all day, every day, my heart felt like it was skipping a beat. It was very uncomfortable, borderline painful.
Very scary.
Yeah, it was very scary for us. Went into the emergency room a couple of times. I got put on beta blocking medication to try and stop it. I got put on I got put on electrolyte supplements. I mean, it's just, we kind of were ripping our hair out trying to figure out what was going on. So I wore a Holter monitor, which is measures the electrical activity of the heart over a 24-hour period. That came back normal. So the next big thing was this echocardiogram, and making sure, if the echocardiogram comes back good, then we know that it's completely benign. They were premature ventricular contractions, so my ventricles are beating right before they should. So the echocardiogram, we are happy to say, has come back completely normal.
Yay!
We are in the clear. Knock on wood.
Scientifically.
For sure, scientifically tested, which is what I needed to hear. So happy. My PVCs, I still get them once in a great while. And by once in a great while, I mean once a day, twice. Yeah. I think the most I've had was 5 in an entire day. I went down from on the Holter monitor, showed hundreds and hundreds of them, down to about 5.
Yeah.
We have
And you quit caffeine.
Yep.
Everything.
The cardiologist took me off of my beta blockers completely.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer on beta blocking heart medication. I am still taking the electrolyte supplements because it's just a good thing for me to do.
Yeah.
My magnesium, if that, it might get a little bit low due to the amount of physical activity I do anyway, so it doesn't hurt me to be on it as long as I'm staying under the recommended daily allowances, or staying within the recommended daily allowances. So the bottom line is we have gone through a really tough 2 months. We appreciate the support from the community more than you guys could ever know. And with just the amount of relief has been tremendous.
Yes, you feel like you can like go on with your life now.
Oh yeah, because it was like your life's on hold, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're starting to like starting to look at houses, and we're starting to take that next step. So it's really exciting. That's probably going to be something in spring of next year.
Yep. Looking
so
at
it's exciting.
Getting a house out in the
boonies.
Out in the boonies. far away.
Oh, our battery's flashing.
So, yeah. So, wow. And we even charged it halfway through this podcast, too.
So we also had a very big thing happen.
Yeah. We got a new truck. Well, I mean, new to us.
Yes.
It's a used truck, but it's
an 02.
But it's in great condition. And trust me, people, trying to find a truck for a reasonable price used is just insanely hard anymore.
Yes.
When I was growing up as a kid, you could find trucks, even when I started driving, you could find trucks a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Work trucks, you know, farm trucks, you just drive out to the country and just drive down a country lane and you would see 20, 30 trucks in an afternoon, all of them under, you know, $2,000. And we spent quite a bit more than that on this one, but you could find stuff in a decent trucks for like $2,000, just work trucks, and it didn't really matter whether they were, you know, they'd have typical Michigan rust on them. They would, you know, but the miles they didn't have that high a mileage. They were always 4-wheel drive, and now, speaking of trucks, now you just can't find anything. I was talking to my dad about it, and he said, yeah, he thinks it was partially because of when the recession hit, nobody was buying really large vehicles anymore.
Yeah.
That the sales were down. Yeah, they were trying to save on gas, and gas prices here in the States, especially up in Michigan, were just astronomical for a long time. So big trucks, people just weren't buying them. They were buying little economy cars. He's like, so now that the recession's over and the state of the economy is coming back, people are buying those again.
Yeah.
But the stuff in the age range I'm looking at, which was like, my preference was something in like early 2000s to like 2012. Like if I could get a hold of a 2012 pickup, that would have been phenomenal. But again,
we weren't expecting it.
Yeah, we weren't expecting it at all.
If we could find it, cool.
Right. But my must-have lists were V8, because I was really sick of V6 trucks. They just didn't have the power that I needed to haul some of the stuff that I wanted to haul around. They really struggled with full beds of firewood, and I didn't like that. And it had to have, most importantly, be 4-wheel drive. Yeah. I was so sick. I got stuck every single winter out in the woods with my 2-wheel drive truck. It was a great truck for just utility stuff, but I would get stuck all the time. I used to carry around a shovel and shingles to lay, and little pieces of carpet, whatever I had on hand, to lay down, because I knew that I was going to get stuck. I just knew it was going to happen. It wasn't like a question of when it was, or a question of whether it would happen. It's when it would happen. And I couldn't take it off on some of the trails, so I would end up having to walk like an extra mile when I'd go hunting. And we get up here in Michigan, we get really wet, heavy snow sometimes. That can get really, and then it freezes overnight, and it can get really slippery. And having the 4-wheel drive would be great for you going to work.
Yes.
So the bottom line is, we got F-150 XLT with the Super Crew. So it's got 4 full-size doors and a short bed in the back, which is amazing.
Put our puppies.
We can put the dogs in the back seats, and it's got a huge back seat. Like the back seat is bigger than a full-size sedan's back seat. It's massive. It's the size of a big SUV's back seat.
It's really
and
nice.
It all folds flat, so I can put my tree stand in the back, not even have to worry about putting it in the bed of the truck. I can put my bows in the back, my guns, whatever I want to do. And the bed is the bed's like 5.5 feet, so it'll haul pretty much anything we need to haul. But it's got the towing package on it, so if we need to pull a trailer, we can pull a trailer. We can pull the boat. It's gonna be nice. We got a little I don't know, 15-foot smoker craft deep V fishing boat. We can haul that now. I haven't been out on the boat in a long time because I kept getting stuck on the boat ramp with the 2-wheel drive truck. Because it's got, boat ramps have usually a thick layer of moss on the boat ramp itself, and so it wet plus moss plus algae, wet plus algae plus 2-wheel drive truck equals slippage. And there was a couple of times I was afraid my truck was going into the river, so I stopped doing that. So now I can do that again. And one of the coolest things is this thing has the FX4 off-road package, which means that from the factory it's jacked up. So it's nice and tall. It's got a lot of ground clearance. It comes with an open, it comes with a limited slip differential, and that's in the back. There's a set of gears in the back that drive the rear wheels, and an open differential will send power to the wheel that isn't slipping. And it'll lock the axles together when the wheels start slipping, so that you can get power to both wheels when you start slipping. It's incredible thing to have. A limited slip differential is a huge deal on a truck. It's got skid plates on the bottom for stumps and debris and things, and we bought it from a guy that had never really taken it off-road. He told me he used it to pull his camper, a little pop-up camper once in a while.
And took his kids to practice and stuff.
He had never hardly used it. And nice. Super nice guy, but the truck's in pristine condition. It's never been off-roaded.
He took really good care of it.
And so that's what's really cool. Up here, if you don't plan on spending north of $15,000 on a truck, you're just generally not going to find something that's in nice condition. It's usually been, beat up big time. And if you find something that's been jacked up that has a higher ground clearance, like this one does, it's an aftermarket. Unless you're able to somehow, in your price range, find a Z71 or an FX4 like I did. Usually the jacked up trucks are aftermarket jacked up trucks, and they were jacked up because people wanted to take them out off-roading, so they've been beat on. So now we've got this really, I don't know if you can tell, I'm really excited about this thing. Like,
this new baby.
Got the 5.4 liter Triton V8 engine in it, so it's got all the power that I need. It's not the biggest V8 around, but it's big enough V8. It's large enough to do anything I'm going to need it to do, and it's super clean on the inside. We got an overhead console with like the temperature display, and
we can get rid of the Impala now.
Yes, we can get rid of the Impala,
because that was we hadn't been really using it because it needed some TLC still, but it was past its.
Well, it's the third time that the exhaust has fallen out of the bottom of it.
Yeah, it's
been
bad.
We haven't used it in like.
We've just been having the one car,
We've been using one car for a long time because the Impala's exhaust kept falling out of the bottom of it because the exhaust mounts had rusted out. So I had to keep wiring it up, basically, knowing that it was a temporary fix. But,
it's just time to...
The exhaust mount that fell off, there was one that was mounted right near the... There was an exhaust mount that was mounted right near the fuel tank, and so... I had contemplated, I got a little MIG welder out there, and I thought about welding up a new mount and just decided against it. I didn't want to go through the hassle of shielding the gas tank and everything, so I just kept wiring it up. And
you've been really missing having a pickup.
Oh, I've been so missing having a pickup.
Because we just have the Ford Fiesta and then the Impala.
Yep, and we had gotten rid of my Sierra.
Right, we got rid of the truck
months ago.
Yeah.
So I've been really missing having a pickup. I love driving a pickup truck. When I was younger, I used to be into sports cars when we got together.
Yes, you were.
What did I have when we got
You
together?
had a Mustang.
Yep. It was 5-speed manual, 1996 Mustang.
It was cool. It was purple.
It was metallic purple. It was a great little car. It was quick, little zippy car, and had a lot of fun in that. But, you know, as I get a little bit older, I think it's just, I like having trucks.
You had a truck at the time, too, your grandpa's truck.
Yeah, I had the truck. I had the Mustang, then I had the truck. And that was a great truck. My grandpa's old truck was an old Chevy Cheyenne. And I'm sure some of you guys will remember these. It was a 1990 Chevy Cheyenne 1500, which was the base model truck.
Oh, and yeah, it was like a work truck, wasn't it?
Yeah, especially you guys in your 50s, 60s, 70s will remember these trucks being everywhere. It was basically like if you wanted to clean it out, you could spray it out with a garden hose, pretty much. It had no carpet in it. It was all vinyl floor. It had roll-up windows. There was no...
nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the power steering was an option on it. And it did have the power steering, but it had... when we got it, I think it had like a radio, but I don't think it even had a cassette player in it.
Yeah.
And I ended up putting a different radio in it. But it was a great little truck, sliding glass back window, but it was no power anything really. There wasn't a cab light, there wasn't any. It was just a bare bones 4-wheel drive truck, and I really liked that one. But what's kind of cool is this truck. It mimics that.
It does.
It's way nicer of a truck, but
really nice.
it's just a nice big red truck like my grandpa's. We called him Boppy, so it's like my Boppy's old truck, which is
so sweet.
It's really kind of cool for me to have, really nostalgic. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I know you're really excited about it. Now you just gotta get used to and now you just gotta get used to driving this thing because it's a lot bigger than any vehicle.
But I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I backed it out yesterday and I'm excited to take it out and try it out. I like how high up it is. I like how big it is, and you just, I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, and you tower over pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Like the bed of the truck, the top of the bed of the truck comes up to about my shoulder.
Yeah, I have to use the stepper to get in.
And I'm like 5'11", 6 feet tall, depending on which convenience store I'm leaving. But that's a round white joke. But the top of the bed actually comes up to my shoulder, which, I mean, that's a pretty tall truck when you think about it, because that's I don't know, 5 feet off the ground, 4'11" off the ground right there. So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Came with a tonneau cover.
Very excited.
Yep, and the 4-wheel drive works. And it's just so perfect for us. Came along at the perfect time.
What'll be cool is if we like after we're in our own home, we really plan on to do some shows. And we could get a trailer and take that to shows.
Yeah.
Or even depending on how much, we could probably pack the little Fiesta. Probably full to the brim though if we did that. But so yeah, that's exciting. Let's see, should we move on to question of the week?
Yeah, definitely.
So this week, well, first of all, why don't we recap last week's? Can you grab my phone?
Yeah.
I've got some ones on there that I wanted to share. So let's see, what was the question? Oh my gosh, it's totally leaving me right now. Hobbies.
Yeah.
Hobbies, yep. So, it was
what's your favorite hobby?
Like
outside of knitting, because we did a question the first week about knitting. How did you get started knitting? Who taught you? That sort of thing. What was your beginning knitter story?
Yeah.
And then the second question last week was, what's your favorite knitting, or what's your favorite hobby outside of knitting?
And
mainly this segment is just for us to get to know the community better. Yeah. We think it's really cool, and we read every single one of the replies. Every single one we read.
And I heart them.
Yeah, and if we don't have time to reply to every single one, we do heart them and let you know that.
But we do read them, all of them,
and we enjoy reading all of them.
We do, we really do. And
then we figure we just read a couple each week. Why not?
I just usually screenshot a few that I thought was really neat, and so this one, I thought this one was really cool. So this is from Linda Girdle, and she says, "Thank you for sharing. After reading the book Southbound, a true story about barefoot sisters hiking the Appalachian Trail, My husband and I started day hiking on the Appalachian Trail. We have a map marking where we have hiked. It's so much fun being outdoors and getting exercise.
That's a really cool.
I know, I thought that was really awesome.
That's really cool. I'll have to read that book, Southbound.
Yeah, I know. That sounds like something we'd be really interested in. So Karen Hoyt says, love your podcast. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
She says, you two are meant for each other. Oh, so sweet. She said, my favorite thing to do besides knitting and also crocheting is to grab my camera and find beauty in our world around us. I've always loved photography, but until digital came along, it was just too expensive. I'm loving every moment that I can get out and take photos. I'm also blessed with a hubby who loves to take photos too, and is happy to get out with me on our many photo adventures. So I thought that was really sweet that they're able to do that together.
Actually, I forgot to mention that last week. Photography is one of my big hobbies too. I can show you my camera.
That's a big hobby of yours.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Your his brother's taking a photography class right now at our community college, and he's been helping him with it. So it's really, really cool to see that. Yeah, he's got a really, really nice camera.
Well, it's a prosumer one.
A prosumer.
But
this was the camera when I first started the podcast. We were using this for video.
Yeah, which is not designed for video whatsoever.
No, that was rough.
It's able to do it, but
then I switched to iPhone after that. But.
Yeah, but this is the camera that I've got, and I've got I got an older telephoto lens on here.
So that's a D7000.
Yeah, this is a D7000. So this is a Nikon, and I really enjoy this. And this is a 80 to 300 telephoto.
It's really cool what you can do with those.
But usually I shoot with a 35mm prime or a 50mm prime. I find that does almost everything that I can usually that I usually need, and I'm able to get that aperture really, really open with those and get some really, really shallow depth of field. So yeah, I'm definitely into photography too.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know why
I should start posting stuff on Instagram with it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You really, really should. So let's see. Linda Fath says, my favorite hobbies outside of knitting. Scuba diving. Even had a scuba diving wedding 10 years ago.
That's cool. How does that work?
That is awesome. I thought that was so cool.
Please, if you see this, write it about it again.
Yes.
Tell us how that went down, because
that's so cool. She also loves horseback riding, have Missouri fox trotters now, and many since childhood. Also take granddaughters horseback riding right into the midst of buffalo herds, which I thought was cool, and planning a 3-generation trip doing that next summer.
That's so cool.
They also like kayaking, but still a newbie, and hobby farming, where we raise our own milk goats for all our dairy, chickens for eggs and meat, and even alpacas for fiber, which I spin, dye, and knit. Nothing is for profit except surplus eggs. Rest is for my family and gifts and charity.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. That's like goals for us.
Definitely. Comment again in the question of the week. Answer this week's question, but definitely tell us how that scuba diving wedding went down.
Yeah, because that's so cool.
I'm curious.
And then this one's in 2 parts. So her username is Knitting Pastor, but I believe this is Heather. I'm almost certain. She says, hello from the western side of the mitten. Hi, Heather. And she says, I'm enjoying your question of the week. Besides knitting, I would say my other hobbies are running and reading. I started running when my son was just over a year old to get back in shape because we didn't have a lot of money for a gym membership. So I started to run. My conditioning from running would ultimately save my life when a few months later, a couple days after running a 5K, both of my lungs filled up with blood clots.
Wow.
Yeah. I spent 2 weeks in the hospital and had to have TPA. And she says, Ethan, I suspect you will know what that is. And then she said, my major pulmonary artery to my right lung was almost 100% blocked from the emboli. Today I have a permanent partial collapse in the lower lobe of my right lung, but I still run. It keeps them working and keeps me breathing well. I was able to run my, I was able to run my first half marathon less than 2 years after leaving the hospital and have kept at it ever since. So I thought that was amazing.
That is truly amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
so running saved her life.
yeah. Well, definitely. And one of the things that happens when we exercise, and this is why it's so important to get cardiovascular exercise on a daily basis. And
this
might have been part of what did this, is we have this process that happens called recapillarization or neocapillarization, depending on who you're talking to. And when you exercise, your muscles generally grow larger, and they also demand more oxygen the more and more you exercise. And in order to fill the body's needs for that extra oxygen, your body actually grows new capillaries.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about
Yep.
this.
And
it's so cool.
So even like in the heart, you can grow new capillaries in your heart. They've shown elite runners that the heart will actually create its own bypasses. So it's really cool. There have been a lot of elite runners. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there have been cases of runners who have suffered heart attacks and not even known it, and their body created its own bypass around the infarction. So
that's so neat.
It's really, when they say like exercise saves you, it totally does, and that may have been part of the process here, and being in a higher level of conditioning, and then if you know you have to be on prolonged bed rest, you go maybe from a high level of conditioning, but instead of dropping way below your baseline, you end up coming back down to your baseline, as opposed to going from a baseline of average health and going way down below it. Exactly.
That makes sense. That's really
It would take
neat.
a lot longer for your body to decondition to the point of where you get to a point of being frail, you know.
That's cool.
So
yeah, I didn't know that.
Exercise, cardiovascular exercise is really important, and then I always go on this tangent when I talk about exercise, but for women especially, weight training is important. It won't make you grow huge muscles.
Look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, unless you're taking anabolic steroids, you physically can't grow big enough muscles. Your body doesn't have the testosterone for
I remember before, you were teaching me these things. I know a lot of people think that, and that was totally something I thought of too. I didn't know that, it's different.
Yeah, exactly. And even...
So I'm sure there's a lot of people that might have thought that.
Even to look like a lot of you have seen Jillian Michaels, even to look that bulked up would require years and years and years of intense dieting, intense training. Like, you can't just you wouldn't look like that just going and lifting weights.
You're going to look toned.
You'll look toned up. It'll basically make your body look a little bit tighter, but not, you won't put on muscle mass, really. Right. I mean, you will put on muscle, but it won't be muscle mass per se.
Yeah, you're not going to have big old biceps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, part of the reason weight training is so important for women is because you guys are at a much greater increased risk of osteoporosis. Mm-hmm. You guys start losing bone mineral density sometimes in your mid-20s.
I didn't know that.
Yep, and it can happen in your mid-20s, and then by the time you get to your 50s, 60s, 70s, you've had 20 years of bone mineral loss.
Helps prevent that.
Yep, so really always get your calcium tested, your calcium content tested, and definitely start lifting and lift heavy. Don't go in and lift
those little 3-pounder ones.
Don't go and lift 3-pound dumbbells if you don't know how to weight lift. Find a personal trainer, even if it's only for a couple of sessions, to teach you how to weight lift safely.
A lot of gyms have them there where you can at least, even if you have to pay for it, you could at least do, because sometimes have them, like Planet Fitness, it's included.
But what you want to be doing is making sure that you get on a program where at least like once a week you're lifting like 80-90% of your 1 repetition maximum. So 90% of the weight or 80% of the weight that you can only lift with good form one time. You want to be having a program where you can incorporate that at least a couple of times, or at least once a week.
Yeah.
And making sure you target all the body parts. And if you don't want to worry about lifting in free weights, and I know the free weight area can be kind of intimidating for some people, even a lot of guys get intimidated by the free weight area. You've got a lot of guys that are really serious about their training, and
there's a lot going
really
on
loud,
in there.
A lot going, and it can be kind of weird going into the free weight area, and you don't know how to work some of the equipment in there, and you don't want to get in anybody's way. I totally understand that. If you want to, a lot of times gyms will have a separate area for machines, and those machines, they got pictures right on the machine that tell you what to do. It's really hard to injure yourself by using the machine incorrectly. Right. Generally, if someone's injuring themselves on a machine, it's because they're doing more than they should be as far as weight. But anyway, congratulations on your fitness journey. That's phenomenal. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. It takes a lot of willpower too. For sure.
I've got one more that I wanted to share. This is from Susie Robertson. I thought this was really cute. She says, my favorite hobby outside of knitting is playing World of Warcraft. My daughter got me started when she went to college on the East Coast, and it was a fun way for us to connect every night online. She has now surpassed me in knitting and crocheting and is designing patterns. Happy to hear that Ethan is doing better. Love you both, and you make beautiful yarns.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, so I thought that was a cute way that she got into World of Warcraft, so her and her daughter could stay in touch.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. My dad and I connect kind of that way too.
Yeah.
We play War Dragons, which is like, it's a little iOS game. It's just a little mobile game, and
it's so cool though.
We do kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I love that, and your brothers play it, and it's real. It actually, really brought
we
you
all
guys
kind of connect
together.
that way.
It's really cool.
Yeah, we've always been close, but it just kind of like on a daily basis gets us talking and stuff.
It's cool.
So, yeah. As far as the question this week, so as we had said, what is your favorite, for this week's question of the week, what is your favorite fiber to knit with? It can be anything. It can be dog hair, it can be alpaca, it can be wool, acrylic, that's how I led with dog hair. So I'm hoping somebody says that. But
I spun dog hair once.
I
haven't knit with it yet, but I've spun it.
It can be cotton, anything.
Yeah.
And if you're a spinner, what's your favorite material to spin with? And you would know more about that than I would.
Yep, because sometimes like I have things that I like to spin, but I don't necessarily have, they might not be the same things I like to knit with. So you can, pick whatever you want to share. So I have found out, because I think for my spinning, I don't have a ton of experience with spinning different fibers. But I've spun a lot of merino and things like that. I really enjoy spinning merino. I have found out for me, the colors are what make it for me with spinning, more so than anything. But for knitting, I really, really enjoy knitting with a non-superwash rustic yarn. I mean, I love my superwash merinos, those really soft, like those single ply ones that are just so soft. But something, like the low bead that I was knitting with, I love that. I love that rustic feeling. I love crunchy wool. And I don't knit with it as much as I should. You know what I mean? I'm not should, but as much as I would like to. But yeah, I really enjoy working with that, like especially for color work and things like that. Like even like Knit Picks palette, that's 100% Peruvian wool, and it's just fun. I like real good non-superwash.
So what's your favorite? We'll add in one more thing. What's your favorite weight of yarn as well?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite weight to work with?
Oh gosh, I've really been enjoying worsted lately. It's kind of fun. I like to mix it up as long as I'm mixing it up. For things to wear, it would definitely be fingering weight, because of just like I have my Madewell cardigan, which is a fingering weight cardigan. I love just throwing that on and wearing it. Where like a bulky sweater, they're warm and cozy and amazing, and they knit up so quick, but they're a little more cumbersome. So yeah, that would be mine.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think for me, I really enjoy merino. It's such a good all-purpose fiber. I mean,
it's so soft,
especially because it's so ubiquitous as far as the type of bare yarn that you can get a hold of. So almost everybody has a merino base.
Yeah.
And if you want it to be super, super, super soft, you can go with like a merino cashmere nylon blend. You want it to be
my favorite.
if you want it to wear really, really well, you can go with merino nylon and just kind of back down the amount of merino in it.
Right.
And but I think a good all-purpose is like a 75-25 or like an 80-20. But
yeah,
it's a good all-purpose. I would say it's really tough for me because I've got a lot of favorites, but I think the BFL that I've been knitting with has been awesome too.
Yeah.
I love that BFL.
It's really fun trying out different breeds of sheep and seeing what you like and things like that. I don't know, it's really cool. It's really neat, like seeing how the Polworth plays is really cool too.
Yeah, definitely. I don't really like cotton.
Yeah. It's just hard. It hurts. I knit a washcloth and it just killed my wrist.
I don't like things that are like that. To me, it feels like nails on a chalkboard for some reason when I pull it across the needles. Like
just not feeling it.
As far as favorite weight, I gotta say my favorite is probably worsted or Aran.
Yeah.
I love knitting worsted stuff. Partially because it knits up so quickly, and that might just be my skill level, that it's great to have things that that
you might
finished.
just be more of a product knitter too than a process knitter, you know what I mean?
So I think that might be it too.
We'll see as you go along.
I enjoy the process, but I like seeing quick progress on something.
Yeah.
And it might change the farther I go into it, but right now I think worsted is probably my favorite. Worsted or Aran.
Yeah.
It's just such a quick project.
I feel like worsted is a real good, like, middle of the road weight of yarn.
It really is.
I used to think it was so huge, but then after knitting with like bulky yarns, you're like, oh, it's actually kind of small in comparison.
Exactly.
You know?
It's a lot more versatile than I used to think it was.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, my favorite would probably be like a merino blend worsted is my favorite.
That one that we had the merino worsted.
Yeah, our merino worsted.
We need to get some more of that.
Our merino worsted base is pretty cool. I was super surprised.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I would love to
and as far as superwash, non-superwash, I prefer non-superwash just because I like the traditionalism of non-superwash. I like, and it doesn't bother me.
Purity of it.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother me that I can't get it hot or cold. You know, like I can't cut or I can't temperature shock it. It doesn't bother me because I treat superwash yarn that way anyhow.
Yeah.
I hand wash all of my knit stuff. I never throw any of my superwash stuff in the washing machine.
I had done our socks for a little while, the superwash socks, but I stopped doing that because I don't know, I feel like it was starting, because I was just using regular old detergent, and I just feel like it was like, I don't know, it made the fibers feel a little bit weird. And then I think I was watching a video on, oh gosh, I don't remember if it was University. I know she talked about some soap washes, and then there was the Dunkelgrün podcast in Switzerland, and she was talking about some soap as well and what it does to the fiber. Yeah. Like, but if you don't use wool wash.
Well, yeah, and there's always the additives in the regular in the regular laundry detergent, and I don't know.
I think the wool washes have a little bit of lanolin in it too.
And I think the wool washes also allow the smell of the wool to come through a little bit more. You know, it's less intense. Yeah. So if you've got some lilac stuff that you use on a bar, and that stuff is strong.
Oh, I love it. No, it's lavender.
Oh, is it lavender?
Yes. Yeah. It's, oh my gosh, I love that stuff. It's, because she got essential oils and it's tough woolens.
Yeah, and it is strong.
It is. It's amazing.
It's really good though. But yeah, the superwash, non-superwash is just cool for the traditional.
I also use a lot of it. That's probably more of what it is.
I'll walk in the house.
I just get in there and I lather that sucker up, and I love it.
I'll walk in the house and I'll just like, Tiffany's washing wool today.
Yep. Yeah, it's probably more that.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. And I really do enjoy I actually enjoy hand washing my knit stuff because it's just another part of the handmade portion of, like, you know, taking care of them. And I understand the convenience of just throwing stuff in the washing machine, especially if you've got kids. I could totally see that. You don't have time.
No.
You know, and you know, time that you're using washing your hand knit stuff could be time spent knitting instead. Yeah. So I totally get that. But for us, we don't have kids, and
no, just dogs.
Yeah, just dogs, and you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they feel like they're as needy as kids, but but
a lot of times.
Oh my gosh.
They're so cute though.
But yeah, so that's probably me. Is a non-superwash merino or merino blend in worsted or Aran.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's mine. So what's your favorite yarn base to work with, or
like your favorite fiber in general?
Yeah, your favorite fiber in general. And just tell us a little bit about it. You like superwash, non-superwash? What's the favorite weight? Yeah. What's your favorite weight? If you've got a very specific base that you like I like a Homespun House's sock base, you know, and you've got like a very specific base that you like from them.
Yeah.
Or say
like Woolen Vines or something.
Yeah, exactly. Leading Men Fiber Arts. If you've got like a very specific base that you like, let us know that too, and we're happy to hear. Or like
if you're spinning, like I was saying before, if you on spinning you like this breed, but when you're knitting you like this breed, or crocheting or whatever, you know. Definitely. Or weaving even. So yeah. All right. Well, I think
that about wraps it up.
This is like this has been a marathon. Podcast.
Yeah. We had to. I don't know if we even mentioned it on the podcast, but our battery died halfway through. We've been dealing with.
Yeah, we're ordering another battery. It's happening today. I'm doing it. I've been putting it off.
We've been dealing with drumming and dogs
and neighbors.
Trucks outside.
I was trying to go get blood work done in the middle of this today, and then the lab ended up being closed.
But we do it for you guys because we enjoy it, and we hope you enjoy it too.
We love it.
We do.
We love it.
So yeah, I think that's all until next week.
This podcast took like 6 hours.
Oh my gosh. The actual podcasting time, it probably was pretty close to 6 hours that we've spent on this. So, and this will probably be a longer one too, because we got 2 weeks worth of stuff to get in, and a lot happened over the last 2 weeks.
Yes, it did. We've been busy bees.
I think.
But yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah. So yeah. So happy to see you guys again, talk with you guys, and we're looking forward to your responses to the question of the week.
Yes, cannot wait.
Yeah, we look forward to it every week.
And yeah, we should be back next week, so we'll talk to you guys then. Bye.